What's up, man players? Man Talk 24/7 here with a great defensive mini scheme out of the Green Bay playbook, out of the nickel cycle formation. The play is called Proud Bear Blitz, and I like to run this blitz stock. The only adjustment I make is I disguise coverage. Now I do that by bump and run, which is Y and down on Xbox 360, and then I double tap Y. What it does is it makes it look like you are gonna play bump and run coverage, but you really are not. And the way this blitz is set up is you do not know which gap it will come through. Sometimes it will come through the A gap, sometimes the B gap, sometimes on the right side, left side. Is really unpredictable. There you see it coming off the right edge. And the way this blitz is set up is the coverage behind it is great. Honestly, the only weakness is the deep lob streaks, and if you keep getting beat on streaks, what I advise you to do is either bump and run or just play normal coverage if they keep going deep on you. But as you see right here, this blitz is fast. It's one of the fastest blitzes that I've seen in the game, and the best part is it requires no setup. As you see right there, look at that speed. He blocks his running back and it still doesn't matter. The defender gets there before the running back even has a chance to pick him up. That's how fast his blitz is. There you see it coming off the right edge. I think that's Brooks from the Niners. Look at him moving off that edge, and there you see what your opponent would try to do against this blitz is lob it up deep. And more times than not, they do not have enough time, so they throw it before the defender has a chance to get beat. That's why I like playing this defense, because the blitz gets there so fast that most of the time they do not have a chance to get a step on your defender, and it can turn into an easy interception. Now that's not to say that you cannot get beat over the top, because I do, but at the same time, this defense is high risk, high reward. Then you see the great coverage on a post route, and you know how good post routes are against man coverage. But there you see the interception that we get, the pressure to cause bad throws. But this is only part one. I added a different defensive play to this scheme just to really mess with people's heads. I will be going over that blitz later in the video. But as you see, look at all these crossing routes, and look at X. He's double covered on his slant route. Nobody is open at all. And that's one more thing I did not harp on, is that sometimes the outside receiver X will get double covered. Then you see him snatching an out route. Show me a man coverage. Show me a man coverage blitz that snatches out routes. Please tell me. That you see X again double covered on an out route, and that's what makes his defense especially more tough, is they randomly double cover certain defenders. You can't account for that if you're an offense. You don't expect one of your guys to just get randomly double covered, and it's not too shabby against the run either. It's not a bad defense against the run. We are sending 6, but we're getting there extremely fast with great coverage. And this is not a blitz you can use all game. It's high risk, high reward. But I will show you what I like to do, where I basically stay in this formation all game. Look at that. 3 defenders against 2 wide receivers, and we get the interception for the pick 6. Now this is part 2. The same play, nickel cycle at the Green Bay playbook. The same play, Proud Bear Blitz. But I'm going to show you what I like to do to make this defensive scheme so tough. What I like to do is I like to press R1 and then up on the right analog stick. That makes all your linebackers come out in hook zones, and then I base the line 2 times to make all the hook zones spread out just like this. Now what this will do is it will have 5 people manned up and also 5 people in zone. So it really makes the offense have a lot of problems, just because most times you will have about 10 guys in coverage against 4 wide receivers, just because the way this defense is set up, they will not know whether you are blitzing or dropping everyone back. There you see the out route covered. The hook zones, really, they're honestly roided out. They make a lot of plays they have no business making. I've seen them pick off passes that were maybe 15 yards, supposed to be over their head, and they just jump up and snatch it. You will see later in the gameplay clips. But as I said, what I like to do is call this play. Then I like to press R1 and up on the right analog stick. It makes all your linebackers come, and it makes all of them put into hook zones. Then I like to base align twice. That's Y and right on the D-pad, then Y and right on the D-pad again. And this is your personal preference. You can disguise coverage by bumping run and double tapping Y also, but it is not needed. It's all personal preference. And as you see, this defense is really locked down. Now, this is why I stay in this defensive formation the whole game. Is basically playing mind games with your opponent. And now you're probably thinking, all right, I can just take off and run. And yes, you can. You can take off and run. And if your opponent starts to do that, what I like to do is I like to put the defensive tackle in a spy and then blitz a linebacker. That's what I like to do. Now, there is the danger of pressing up and disguising coverage is you can get beat deep over the top. So you really have to watch out for that. And that's really the only weakness with this defense. As I said, I like to put the defensive tackle in a spy and blitz one of the random linebackers just so your opponent cannot take off with their quarterback and wreak havoc. That's what I like to do. I usually use the safety guarding the running back because most times they block them. So it really is basically 10 guys in coverage against 4 wide receivers. There you see, he cannot take off and run, and you basically lurk your opponent's reads with your safety, and they really have no idea at all if you're gonna blitz with the Proud Bear blitz or if you're gonna drop everyone back, because with the Proud Bear blitz it's no setup at all. So they really have no idea what you are gonna do, and it just turns into a guessing game. There you see everybody locked up, and now we're gonna take you to the gameplay clips. Here you see, man, there I am dropping everybody back. There you see nobody's open. I'm using the people on the post routes with Patrick Willis. There he goes. He's about to get sacked. Has to make a throw and throws an interception deep downfield. Look at that coverage, not open at all. And it really frustrates your opponent because it's a really confusing defense to play against. Everyone that's open, you kind of have to use her with whoever. Then you see I put him in a spy. He can only get 2 yards with the scramble, and that really discourages him from scrambling again. There he goes doing a lob downfield interception. Man, this defense really, it's honestly very, very tough. And there you see is why the defense is so tough. He thought he was just going to be able to run it because I'm dropping everyone back. But when he ran it, I was doing the Proud Bear blitz. It's honestly a guessing game. That would have been a good call had I been dropping everyone back. Then you see again, right here, I'm doing the Proud Bear blitz, 3-yard loss for a hit stick. And there you see the roided linebackers. Look how high Burfict jumps up for the interception. Not open at all, just forcing bad throws. And that's why the defense is so tough. Look at this. I'm blitzing 6 and he's running a draw. Easy hit stick. That's what makes it so tough to go against, is you really have no idea whether you're dropping everyone back or whether you're sitting the crib. It's two extremes. There you see that pass was going 15 yards over his head, and he simply just jumped up and snagged it. That's what makes his defense so tough, man. Is the linebackers really, if it's supposed to go 15 yards over their head, they will jump up and snag it. That's really, you cannot really account for that. You don't really expect that. Then you see he can run. Instead, he forces a terrible throw straight to my defender. I don't know what he was doing, just threw it straight to me. Here I am dropping him back again. I'm lurking with Taylor Mays, and he really has nobody open at all. Everyone that has a step, I'm using with Taylor Mays. Nobody open. It has to take the sack. And again, this is where I decide to send the crib on 4th and 10. I'm using with Burfict, and I take away his read and drop the pick for the big time stop. So I really hope you can use this defensive mini scheme. Hope you can stop somebody, get some interceptions just like this. And I really hope it helps you out on defense. This is my defense. High risk, high reward, but it's really a guessing game, and this is my defense. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Look out for more tips in the future.